So I just finished a workout at the park, and just thinking about how lucky I am to be able to do that, really. I broke my phone the other day filming a video, and I was really pissed off because it looked like it was going to be about 160 euros, 170 euros to get a new one, second-hand new one, and I didn't want to do that. And then this morning I woke up, and previously just the screen had been broken, and then this morning I woke up late, my alarm didn't go off, and the phone was completely dead. So I thought, right, the battery must have gone as well, maybe because of the screen malfunctioning. So today I had to come into the city. I'm back in Valencia now. I had to come into the city to sign up to do a driving theory exam, and I didn't have a phone, so I've had to borrow my girlfriend's phone. And I brought my phone to the repair shop because I thought, yeah, I could save money, buy a new phone, transfer the data, all that shit, but it's going to be such a nightmare, and I might not be able to because I can't get onto the phone because the screen is dead, so I'll just get it repaired. And they said 200 in total for the screen and the battery, and I thought, well, maybe it would be good because I kind of needed a new battery anyway. And they said come back in an hour, so I went, got lunch, and by this point, by the time I came back, I turned it into a positive thing in my head, you know, as I always try to do. And I was like, well, you know, like, it's not that much, and whatever, it's worth it to have a phone, and it'll be done, and you know, it's just not that expensive. I didn't pay much for the phone anyway, so whatever, and I can just then try and appreciate having it, and appreciate all the things I have that aren't broken, blah blah blah. Anyway, I get there and they're like, yeah, the motherboard's broken as well, so that's going to be 280 euros, and you'll have to come back at about 7 or 8 this evening. And at that point, to be honest, I just wanted to fucking cry. I was like, oh my god, 280 euros. Like, I don't have a lot of money, 280 euros, and I don't live here, so I can't go home and work. I've got a video I'm working on, a music video, and various other things I really want to work on, and I have to, you know, I don't live here, so I'd have to get the train home, get the train back again, come back and collect it. And they said there's only like a 70% chance they can actually fix it. The data might be irretrievable, and I was thinking maybe I should just buy a new one, but then I can't buy a new one because I can't get the data off mine. I don't even know if there's any important data on there, to be honest. I don't know what's on the SD and what's on there. Anyway, I just said fuck it, I'll pay the 280, and then I thought, well, I have to wait around now. I'm so pissed, you know, I wanted to go home, do a workout, get some work done, and I couldn't. I was really pissed. I'm thinking, how can I turn this into a positive experience? How can I turn this into a positive experience? How can I see the positive side of this? And I'm just thinking, no, fuck this, man. Like, as soon as I get a little bit of money, something like this happens, you know? There's always these reminders, in my mind, how I feel, there's always these reminders from life, like sit back down, you know? Don't get carried away, don't get too excited about anything. And that's how I started thinking. And I came to the park and I thought, well, I'll do a workout, I'll try not to get too sweaty because I've got to go back on the train and shit. I'll do some pull-ups and shit. Went, did a workout, it was alright. And it was good, you know, did pull-ups and shit and chin-ups. And then I left and I saw this Down syndrome fella with his dad. I remember when I used to train here before, because I don't live here anymore, I used to live here. When I used to train here before, I used to see him sometimes training with his dad. I thought that's pretty cool, like, this fellow with Down syndrome, you know, he trains pretty well. And yeah, like, you know, it might not always be easy for him. I don't know, really. I don't really know the ins and outs of life with Down syndrome. You know, it might not always be, life in general might not always be super straightforward for him, you know, I'm sure, and perhaps not for his dad either, but it's cool that they come out and train together anyway. And then I carried on, and then I saw a guy on the bike path on one of those wheelchair bicycles, and I thought, man, like, he'd probably really liked cycling before he ended up disabled. You know, he probably liked keeping active. He looked pretty fit. He looked like a strong guy. He probably liked doing stuff like that. May have had some kind of accident or illness or something, and now he's in a wheelchair. And just you know, in a fairly generic way, I guess that put things into perspective a bit. And the money stuff is really stressful, but like, to have a body, to have a healthy body, and to be able to be active and fit, it's a fucking blessing, man. Like, it really is, truly is a blessing that most of us don't really appreciate enough. I make use of it, you know, but like, I don't always appreciate it. I don't always appreciate how lucky I am. I take it for granted. I get annoyed that it doesn't serve me even more than than it does, and that I can't always have everything the way I want. But it's really it's an amazing thing to have, man. To be able to swim, to be able to run, to be able to climb, to be strong, stuff like that. It's fucking incredible. And even if you couldn't do those things, like, that guy can probably see someone who's had a brain injury or something and think, man, I'm so fucking lucky to still have the faculties of my mind, and I've got this chair that I can go about on and stuff. And it's a reminder for me, like, it's so pointless to compare yourself to people who have it easier than you. Because I was thinking, man, there's people with better jobs than me who this repair would be nothing. They'd just be like, yeah, do that, I'll get a new one, I'll pay for this, I'll get a fucking case for it, blah blah blah, do this, I'll get lunch while I'm waiting, I'll fucking get a taxi home, who gives a shit, you know? I compare myself to them, but so many people who that doesn't make me feel better, you know, to compare myself to them. Makes me resentful and bitter and depressed. I'm going to turn around and go back towards the shop now. It's much more helpful, I think, to look at people who have it harder than you and to see how lucky you are in some ways. So it's a valuable lesson for me today. Now I'm going to go back to the shop. Hopefully they're not going to tell me it's another fucking 500 euros. If so, I might struggle to put a positive spin on that one. Might just fucking cry or have a little tantrum on the train home, start screaming like a little baby. Yeah, alright, well, yeah, hope you're well, guys. I'm getting a little bit of Gandhi's flip-flop, as they call it.